Amish country is bustling and active, but not politically active, at least when it comes to the U.S. presidential election.
Do you vote in presidential elections?
No.
Are you going to be voting in the presidential election?
No, I am not.
This is Holmes County, Ohio. No county in the U.S. has a higher percentage of Amish and Mennonite residents. Nearly half of the 42,000 people who live here.
It's hard to believe that the Amish, famous for their traditional values, simple living, and strong choice to stay away from the modern world, would step into the realm of politics. This community, which prides itself on a life lived plainly, has recently drawn attention by backing a candidate in the dynamic landscape of American politics.
In the U.S., about 15% of the 300,000 Amish settlers live right here in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, and they are known primarily for three things: simple living, plain dressing, and avoidance of...
To many surprise, this candidate is Donald Trump, a man whose boldness and values seem to stand in stark contrast to the Amish's modest demeanor. You'd be wondering, why would a community that usually stays out of the public eye and often chooses not to vote decide to support someone like Trump? What does this unique endorsement mean, and which segments of the Amish community are showing this support? Today, we are delving into some interesting insights on the relationship between the Amish community and the Trump campaign in 2024. This is a rather peculiar relationship, and hence we will explore the values and reasons that possibly underpin this connection. If you are equally as interested as we are in this discussion, please do not go anywhere, as we will explore all the political views of the Amish community, which are rather surprising. But before we do so, we would be really appreciative if you could give us a thumbs up, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your encouragement aids us in continuing disseminating important narratives that have to be told. The world of the Amish is quite interesting, especially considering its background that dates back to the late 17th century. During this period in Europe, people were searching for a simpler and more reflexive approach to life,
and more of a family life.
Dennis takes pride in being a good husband, father, and craftsman.
It's not hard work.
He says his community knows they need to live in the world, but will not conform to the English world.
Some of those conveniences bring other things in.
The founding fathers of the Amish decided to cut off from other Christian factions and emphasized important aspects such as self-restraint, the strength of community bonds, as well as faith in God. Seeking religious freedom, the Amish made the journey to America. Today, they are recognized for their distinctive way of life, characterized by the absence of modern technology, modest clothing, and strong community bonds.
Amish don't really fit the traditional understanding of a Christian denomination.
Within the Amish society, various orders exist, each differing in how strictly they adhere to their traditional customs. For instance, the Old Order Amish live with minimal modern conveniences, intentionally rejecting electricity, automobiles, and even buttons on their garments.
There's the Amish, and then there's the Schwarzentrooper Amish, the most extreme subgroup of them all. What I'm about to do is unheard of because outsiders are strictly forbidden. Schwarzentroopers follow much harsher rules than other Amish. They are known for driving horses and buggies instead of cars, using lanterns instead of electricity, and taking only one bath per week.
Conversely, the New Order Amish may utilize certain technologies in moderation and interact more with the surrounding society. Despite these variations, all Amish groups share a commitment to community over individuality, faith over material wealth, and simplicity over the distractions of contemporary life.
Should we just have a conversation and diet?
Yeah. Where are you driving to? Okay, I got the gloves, I got the protective gear.
Well, these bees are hatching a new queen.
Hey guys, my journey in the US continues, and in this episode we'll visit an Amish family. You may already know that the Amish are a group of traditionalist Christian church fellowships that are known for their simple living, plain dress, Christian pacifism, and rejection of most of modern technology.
Their strong emphasis on tradition and a desire to remain separate from mainstream culture often leads the Amish to steer clear of political engagement. Indeed, many Amish individuals do not even register to vote, viewing politics as a worldly distraction that could pull them away from their core principles of humility and peace. Yet, as we will explore, recent years have witnessed some Amish members taking a stand on specific issues, even expressing support for figures like Donald Trump. For the Amish community, steering clear of political involvement is a choice that is deeply woven into their religious principles. They understand the Bible to teach them to be in the world, but not of it, which leads them to maintain a respectful distance from contests they perceive as divisive or too entangled with earthly power.
Do the Amish vote? Now, this is a question that comes up every 2 to 4 years pretty regularly. Part of this has to do with Pennsylvania and Ohio. These are two of the political swing states. They're also the two states with the largest Amish populations. Political operatives have viewed the Amish as a source of potential votes. So generally,
political campaigns, marked by intense conflicts and passionate debates, are seen as distractions from the simple existence they cherish, a life centered around peace, humility, family bonds, and a steadfast faith. At the core of their ethos lies the concept of Gelassenheit, a German term that conveys the meaning of submission or letting go. This philosophy stresses the importance of setting aside personal desires in deference to the will of God and steering clear of the pride often associated with the ambitions of political life. Engaging in voting or supporting a political candidate can be viewed as seizing control over secular matters, which is something they strive to avoid.
We vote on our knees.
That's why a Republican group called Amish PAC is targeting the plain vote in Pennsylvania and Ohio. The plan is to run political advertisements in newspapers like this one, which is how Amish people communicate to friends and family in different communities.
However, it is wrong to think that the Amish do not care about what happens in the world around them. Instead, they believe sincerely that God has a plan, and it will come to pass in its own time, without their need to interfere. Yet, even with such strong beliefs, there are individuals within the Amish community who see that some urgent matters that impact their lifestyle and beliefs should not be ignored and need discussion. In recent times, matters such as religious liberty, moral principles, and the government's regulation of agriculture and land use have piqued the interest of several Amish individuals.
Well, my organization is Early Vote Action, and we have 50 staff across Pennsylvania. My goal is to deliver Pennsylvania for Donald Trump, and Pennsylvania wins the White House.
These topics, which they believe influence their ability to live out their values fully, have gradually nudged some of them towards the realm of political discourse, albeit in modest ways. Why do some Amish people think Donald Trump is the right candidate for them, especially in the upcoming 2024 elections?
Super PAC, a first-of-its-kind group, believes by mobilizing Amish voters in Pennsylvania and Ohio, they can help Donald Trump win those two battleground states where some 140,000 Amish people live.
Many reasons can be found, each related to what they see as common values. First, Trump's strong support for religious freedom speaks to the Amish community. They worry that government actions could disturb their way of life, their education, or the practice of their faith. Trump's commitment to protecting religious rights gives them hope that their long-held traditions will remain safe. Moreover, Trump's focus on self-reliance and personal responsibility resonates deeply with Amish beliefs. They pride themselves on being able to provide for themselves. They cultivate their own crops, construct their own houses, and rely on the support of their neighbors instead of looking for help from outside.
More Amish to vote for Donald Trump. The group has put up billboards all over, including one in Akron. A spokesman for Amish PAC said he's getting mixed reviews from the Amish community.
I never heard any fears about Donald Trump from really friends and Amish people. It's more just, it's different style. And
his messages about working hard and keeping government away from personal lives seem to mirror the Amish dedication to independence and diligent labor. Lastly, his views on traditional family values also catch the attention of some within the Amish community. The Amish family model is patriarchal, with clear roles assigned to both men and women. Trump's conventional views on gender roles and family structure align with the beliefs that some Amish hold dear regarding God's intentions for families and communities.
Humans all have a soul in us. Sure. Animals, things like this don't. That was a special thing.
However, it is important to remember that these sentiments are not universal among all Amish. Opinions differ among them. As we discussed earlier, the Amish community is not a single entity. Their political opinions, especially regarding Trump, differ significantly. The Old Order Amish, known for their conservative values and isolation from the modern world, are the least inclined to support any political figure, including Trump.
Is there anything about Kamala Harris that you don't like what she's doing, or Joe Biden, the people that are currently running the country? Is there things about what they're doing that you don't like?
Yeah, They're involved with the deep state.
They are involved with the deep state.
They adhere strictly to their traditions, which often leads them to resist influences from outside their community and maintain a long-held commitment to political neutrality. In contrast, the New Order Amish, who are more progressive and open-minded, might show some willingness to engage in political matters. This group has accepted certain modern conveniences into their lives and seeks to connect more with non-Amish individuals.
Do you know who Kamala Harris is?
No.
Do you guys know who Kamala Harris is by chance? Kamala Harris? No. What do you think about the current state of America?
Well, I don't know. I guess as a, being out in the urban country, we don't follow politics at all, but I do think that they should bring, we have "In God We Trust" on our currency, so...
For these members, supporting Trump might be seen as a necessary step to safeguard their values in an ever-changing society. Despite the challenges that might accompany such a decision, it is crucial to understand that any support from the Amish for Trump represents only a small portion of their larger community. The Amish place great importance on unity. Any public display of political disagreement could threaten the harmony they cherish. Nevertheless, there are those within the community who feel that the urge to defend their lifestyle might outweigh their usual hesitance to participate in politics.
Well, I think it's obvious that Trump's way ahead in the polls, and I think if he don't win, there's something went wrong. But that's just me.
It is quite fascinating that this is not the first occasion the Amish have shown support for Trump. Back in 2016, a few Amish communities located in Pennsylvania and Ohio expressed interest in his candidacy. Although this was not a grand movement, there were some Amish voters who came forward to support Trump, driven by local campaigns promoting him as a guardian of their cherished values.
They lead their lives almost the same way they did 300 years ago. The Amish are a religious community in the U.S. that
However, this support faced criticism. Numerous Amish leaders warned against getting too close to a candidate who represents aspects they typically shy away from, such as self-promotion, wealth, and an emphasis on worldly success. Yet, for some members of the Amish community, the more significant issue defending religious freedom and preserving traditional values overshadowed any personal discomfort they held regarding Trump's lifestyle or character.
Take the candy. You can get it. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That is fantastic. Oh, I've never seen anything like that.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
As we approach 2024, this situation seems to be repeating itself, as a small yet vocal group of Amish individuals is again showing their support for Trump. Whether this trend will expand or stay confined remains uncertain, but what is apparent is that Trump's message has indeed found its way into even the most unexpected areas of America.
Men and women. Married Amish men don't cut their beards, and women don't cut their hair. The Amish also don't drive cars or fly in planes. That's why members of the community say the federal government's decision to sentence the men and women to prisons in several different states is an unfair...
While it is true that some Amish people have shown their support for Trump, we must think about how important this endorsement really is. The Amish community is quite small and lacks significant political power. Nevertheless, the spotlight on their support highlights a deeper story. It reflects just how divided the American political atmosphere has become, reaching even those groups that usually keep their distance from political matters. For Trump's campaign, this endorsement may not hold much strategic weight. Rather, it could be seen as a symbolic win, showcasing success in connecting with values that are traditional and rooted in religious freedom. For the Amish, it presents a complicated decision struggling with their cultural reservations while wishing to see certain beliefs and values represented on a national stage.
Well, folks, with Donald Trump falling behind in the polls, he needs every single vote he can get, especially in swing states like Pennsylvania, where a pro-Trump PAC is trying to court the Amish vote. This is the perfect demographic for Trump. They're the only voters left who haven't Googled him.
In conclusion, the Amish endorsement might not change many election outcomes, but it serves as a powerful reminder of how far-ranging American politics can be influencing even those communities that often remain isolated from it. So who are these Amish people who gave their support to Trump and Trumpy4? They are a small group from a very private community who now find themselves in the spotlight due to their worries about religious freedom, family values, and self-sufficiency. Their support is not about seeking political power or influencing the election outcome. It is about discovering a voice that, in a surprising way, reflects their understanding of a good life.
Realizes a simple fact: if he's going to win in November, he needs the Amish vote. This is a powerful group that helped propel Trump to the White House in 2016. So as of this week, the campaign is ditching all private planes and motorcades to travel via horse-drawn buggy.
Trump also posting this week that he refuses to debate Kamala Harris again because, quote, debates are televised, which goes against the Ordnung, or set of rules for the Amish way of life, something Trump...
As we witness this unfolding story, we are reminded that even communities, which are far from the usual political activities, have interests in the choices that influence our nation. So, what do you think? Could Trump's message of traditional values connect well enough to gain even more support from the Amish community? We would love to hear your opinions in the comments. And if you find this story engaging, please give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to stay informed about unique stories like this one. Thank you for watching.